Okay. Good day, everybody. I'm Dr. Darrell Wolf, and welcome to DocStar TV. Today, I have Robert with me, and we're going to be talking about a skin condition. When we get finished here, I will show you. Actually, I have the pictures of Robert, what we've been doing. Understand this: skin cancer is getting more prevalent, okay, as time goes on, and everybody wants to blame the sun. Understand something: skin cancer is not caused because of the sun. Yes, it's caused because of the sun if you want to radiate yourself and burn yourself. I mean, how many people have the mentality of a piece of bacon? Okay, so we'll find out how much sun Robert really has got because he has a skin cancer that he's been dealing with. Now, the reality is whether you want to believe this or not, okay, all right, the sun is the greatest healer. You should be in the sun for no more than 20 minutes to a half an hour. You should not be out in the sun from 12 until 2 o'clock. And you don't even want to look at the sun at 12 o'clock in the afternoon because you can actually damage your eyes because that's the most intense time. Okay, so you can veer off to the side, but understand, me looking at this blue light, okay, off these phones is about the same thing as me looking at the sun in between 12 and 2 directly. It's not a smart thing to do. But here's the deal. Think about the mentality, the consciousness of all those people that lay on the beach and they just bake and fry their skin. Not very intelligent. As soon as you start to get a pink glow to your skin, that's when you know you're done. Okay, you filled up your body. How many people know that the skin is the largest organ of the body? The skin is a detox organ. The skin actually breathes. Okay, the skin gets rid of more toxins than any other part of the body. The reality is this: people don't know how to look after the skin they're in. I'll be 67. I'm not saying I've got the best skin in the world, but I will tell you that my skin, I think on average for a 67-year-old person, is in really great shape. I will never have skin cancer, but I will never have cancer. And people are going, you can't say that because 1 out of 2 people get cancer. And I'll tell you, that's true that 1 out of 2 people will get cancer. And that's only because the majority of the population is in sleep mode. They're in a coma. Understand this, only 1 out of 100 people are actually interested in Dr. Wolf and his information. A large majority of the population, about 60 to 70%, get offended by the things I say. So understand this: when a person tries to speak the truth, my truth, I'm not saying it's your truth or anybody else's truth. When I try to speak my truth, what I've learned, and that you shouldn't get burnt, but you shouldn't be burnt on the inside or the outside. Understand, when you sweat, you're getting rid of toxins. Now, what if you eat a really crappy diet that is high in toxicity? Okay, fake foods. What if you are an alcoholic and don't even know it? How many people know that you're an alcoholic if you drink 1 drink a day? You're an alcoholic. How many people know, okay, that if you have to have a toke every day, okay, that you are addicted, okay, to marijuana? How many people know that if you're taking aspirin every day because of any type of situation, it's very toxic and it'll eat holes through your body? People do not understand that their habits make and shape them. So you might want to take a look at your habits, might want to take a look at what you do in your spare time, because your spare time is probably killing you. Now, the reality is that the skin we live with, okay, you can tell by your skin you ready for this? Your skin actually is the mirror to your large intestine. Your large intestine is the holy grail. Did you know that, Robert? Your large intestine is the holy grail. If you don't want to get skin cancer again, which is just stage 4 inflammation, and then we're going to talk about where you got it, Robert, right here. We're going to talk about it because, Robert, I'm going to tell you something. Every cancer is created, which is stage 4 inflammation. Every cancer, stage 4 inflammation, is created by your personality. Yeah, constipation, diarrhea is caused by your personality. People don't think pimples are, but people don't think tumors are. 2 people can come together and fall in love and create a baby. One person all by themselves can create a tumor all the way to death. Yes or no? And the reality is, you know, the psychological rules the biological, Robert. So if you're not going to change your thinking, which is all vibrational, would you say that if you saw something that you loved and it made you happy, would you believe that that would be a higher vibration than looking at something that made you sad?
Yeah.
Do you believe that if you're happy, chances are you might be healthier?
Yes.
Okay, so why don't you take a look at your personality, Robert, and ask yourself, are you fun to be with? Would you hang around with you? Do you smile for no reason at all? Because that is the sunshine of your life. The sunshine that you should be having all day is that slight smile on your face. Let me tell you something, Robert. The things that I do and the things that I say, I mean, I will get attacked, and I don't feel attacked because just because somebody's beliefs don't match mine doesn't matter. I mind my own business. If I believe in one love, one law, unconditional love for myself and everyone else, what does it matter what everybody else thinks? If I'm not harming or hurting anybody, Robert, okay? So, Robert, I'm going to ask you, how affected, I should say, how infected are you, Robert, by what goes on in the world, what goes on in your family, what goes on with your children, what goes on with your spouse, what goes on with you? What does it take, Robert, to make you happy, and what does it make to make you miserable or feel sad? The reality is this: our emotions are everything, energy and motion. And I can tell you, Robert, you know, you're a nice man, but I don't think you're a happy man. I don't think you're happy. I think that you have belief systems that you don't own that make you feel miserable about yourself when actually you should be trying to find out what they are and then erase and replace those. I'm going to tell everybody right here, my only job is to have people fall in love with themselves. To have, Robert, if you were to have the greatest love relationship with yourself, you wouldn't have skin cancer. Because, Robert, whether it's a pimple, whether it's eczema, whether it's psoriasis, whether it's a rash, what got under your skin, Robert? What pissed you off, Robert? And then guess what? Your skin cancer is very close to your TMJ. And that's where anger's held. And that's called the FU point. You know what that stands for, FU point?
What is it?
It's universal. It's a bad word. The first one is a bad word, and the other one is you. And it's not a bad word, it's a word. I mean, that word can be used in a positive way, I guess. And I've used it in a positive way in my life, I think. But the reality is that's called the FU point because you hold on to anger. We all hold on to anger without even knowing it. So Suzanne says you are lying, okay? And this is Suzanne on TikTok. She says I'm lying. Well, Suzanne, what I just said might be a lie to you. But the reality is Suzanne, I'm going to say this just like I'm saying it to Robert. I'm not trying to put him on the spot. The reality is we should be coming all together to stir things up a little bit, to stir our beliefs up a little bit, to test ourselves a little bit. So I will admit that I could be wrong here, but also know this, Suzanne, that I am taking a risk. Did you know, Robert, that when you say something or do something that could change somebody in your family's life or your life, you're always taking a risk? If you're not willing to do something different every day, then you're not going to have a different life. If you're not willing to grow 1% every day, okay, then what's it all about, Robert? And if I were to change my personality by 1% every day, then guess what? What would happen, Robert? In 100 days, I would have changed my personality. Now, understand this, okay? Here's the deal. The mind always comes before anything else. Your subconscious rules your life, Robert. People are only in the present moment 2%. Now you're going, Daryl, come on. It's skin cancer, man. Why are you talking about my personality? Why are you talking about my life? Well, because guess what? Your personality decides your healing and decides when you're leaving, decides your illness. Come on. You don't tell me that, you know, something can happen to one person, okay? And that same thing can happen to another person. Are they going to react differently? One person will react in a way like I'm going to observe and learn. The other one is going to react and attack. React and attack themselves or react and attack somebody else. So if I say something like on TikTok or Facebook or YouTube, like we're on 6 different channels right now, and you know what? I'm going to tell you, usually about 40,000 people are on listening to my stuff. God knows why. But the reality is, if I think in my mind that everybody is going to enjoy what I say, because understand, somebody could be saying something and they mean the best for you, but guess what? What if you don't understand your subconscious, and that your subconscious will block something that could change your life, save your life? It could, because your subconscious is not intelligent. The subconscious is just a storage shed. The subconscious is a storage shed for prominent dominant beliefs, and that's it. Okay, whether you believe this or not, 99% of the population is only in the present moment, 2% of the day. So how much change do you think is going to happen in their life? So the reality is, if you are being ruled, schooled, and fooled by the systems out there, okay, by religions or programs that are toxic and make you feel unworthy, what do you think would happen, Robert, to you? If you felt unworthy, not pretty enough, not smart enough, not good enough, like you missed out on life, and let's say that was your main prominent dominant thought, do you think that would have any effect on the human body, like dumping adrenaline and cortisol and the actual hormones and chemicals that might make you sick? Or do you think that it would dump dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins that would make you feel better? So every time that you have a thought that is in a negative way, you're dumping negative chemicals. And this is why these psychopaths have won already. We don't need another attack on us with the V or the C or anything else, because guess what? People are already programmed to knock themselves off. I truly believe, and I want to be wrong so everybody can tell me I don't know what I'm talking about, that's absolutely fine. I believe that 30% of the 25 to 30% of the population is going to leave on its own due to people thinking crap, okay, stinking thinking. And tell me, go to the if you were to go, Robert, to the grocery store, Costco, I don't care what store you go to, even if you go to a health food store, most of the stuff in there is health food, junk food, right? If you go to any Costco, you're going to see that most of the stuff people are putting in the carts is poison. Now you'd have to have poison programs to pick poison foods and not even think about it. So the reality is we don't really wake up to what we're doing. The reality is, Robert, if you bring up your vibration on an emotional level and a physical level, okay, that means this, that the things you think about, the things you drink, okay, the things you not eat but nourish your body with, you actually put thought into it. And what are you doing, Robert, throughout the day that makes you happy? Let's say that you fell in love with Robert and it was the greatest romance in the history of humankind. What would you be doing for Robert, and how would you treat Robert today? Now, do you believe that if you did that, you'd go to hell? Do you believe that if you did that, you'd be a selfish human being? Or do you believe that you would heal yourself and then that you would shine that light on your family and they might even buy into that too?
That's the truth.
So, Robert, you had skin cancer, but let me just say this, everyone. Just know that, because people are asking right now about different conditions. So just know that eczema is the little brother to psoriasis. There's no different. Psoriasis is just thicker scabs and it's been there longer. And understand, eczema and psoriasis, of course, emotionally something got under your skin, but we know that you have leaky gut, and that your yeast in your large intestine is turned into fungus, drill bit predators, drilled holes through. The fungus got into your bloodstream. Now we call it systemic candidiasis. And then from there, it'll be like what got under your skin, and it'll be coming out because when you have systemic candidiasis throughout the whole body, it comes to the surface, and that means it comes out of your skin. And your skin is the mirror of the actual health of your large intestine. How many people know that you have systemic candidiasis when you have continual bladder infection? Okay, how many people know that when you have vaginitis, right? How many people know that when you have jock itch? How many people know when you have toe fungus? How many people know when you have continuous sinusitis, or when you have earaches? Because the ear and the sinuses are actually a cave, and when there's not enough light circulation in there, higher vibration, you'll grow fungus. Like people will grow polyps in their nose. They'll have ringing in their ears. They'll have ear infection on a continual basis. Yeah, how many people know that somebody who has very bad toe fungus, they will, if they live long enough and they don't die from a stroke or a heart attack, will have cancer, and they will be fighting with it because fungus will breed that. Understand, people say, what causes cancer? Fungus. Some people believe it's parasites, but guess what? Some people believe many different things, but understand this, it's low vibrational tissue. It's low vibrational tissue. Everything is vibration, everything is frequency, everything is light. When you look at the food you eat, you got to look at the vibration it might be at. How much was it manipulated? Okay, how much light is in it? How much frequency is in it? How high is the frequency? Because did you know, Robert, that everything you drink and everything you eat leaves the body? Everything, the whole physical component, even the minerals, the so-called vitamins, they all leave. The only thing that's left behind is the vibration. So when you look at life now, Robert, you look at things on a vibrational level, and that will be your biggest breakthrough. Do not bring it down. You know, everybody says that there's 4 different food groups. No, Robert, there's only one. There's only one food group, and that would be vibration. That would be light. So what is in the food? How fresh is the food? How well was the food taken care of? How was it raised? How was it grown? These things all matter. Okay? These things all matter. So anyways, Robert, let's talk about your skin cancer. So you went to, well, no, how old are you now?
75.
75. You're looking good, buddy. You're looking good. Now put a smile on. Watch this. Watch, everyone. Smile, Robert. Give me a big smile. Come on, buddy. Give me a big smile. Okay, now you're younger. Now, guess what? You want to stay younger? You'll smile. Remember when you were younger, Robert, you ran around and you smiled all the time? Nobody had to tell you a joke. Nothing had to go your way. It just went your way because you just wanted to play. What if you were to go in there and you were to actually let that little boy out and play? You wouldn't have skin cancer. If you actually were to not be so damn serious, and I can tell that you've had some things that traumatized you in your life, and I can see you holding on to it, and you have. Yeah, I see you right now. If everybody looks, we just triggered something, and you can see the eyes, and you can see the face, and you can see internally that he's been crying. And I don't know what it is, and understand you've been crying over something, and you just can't seem to bring it to peace or just let it go. And I'm going to tell you, Robert, it's going to eat you out. Now, everybody, you might think that I'm crazy, but guess what? It takes me only 1 to 3 minutes, and I can tell you everything about a human being. And I'm going to tell you why I'm able to do it, because I have never judged. I will not judge people. I'll observe them. Everybody is my brother and sister. When you've got people running around judging people, please don't be upset with them, because they're judging themselves so hard. And when you no longer judge, the universe will let you observe your brothers and sisters, because compassion is what we need, not pity for them. And we need to take massive personal action when they ask us to help. And that's how we become a BraveHeart family. But Robert, you know, if ever offline you want to talk to me about what is like that thing that is stuck in your heart, I see like it's like a stake in your heart. And I'm going to understand, and you might not believe this, but that got under your skin and that caused your cancer. And this is why I'm here today. And I know you wanted me to do this live sooner, but Robert, I really needed time to feel you out. Okay, to feel you, Robert, not try to think you out, but to feel you. If we were to feel our way through life, then we could feel for people. We don't have to suffer for them. We don't have to hurt for them, Robert. And understand that this is something you lost. Okay, and understand you didn't lose it, Robert. You're going to have to try to not punish yourself, and that's what you're doing. I'm telling you that. I see it and I can feel it, okay? But we can't take it on. I have this rule, Robert, and that's this. I can observe, but I cannot absorb. I can take it, I can observe it, and then I can not label it, but just keep love around it, and that's it. You know, people can believe whatever they want about me. I will spend the rest of my life trying to teach unconditional love to this world. But you got to do it for yourself first, Robert. And I'm telling you something, there's a hook also in your back. And that's you. You hooked yourself because you feel responsible for something. And I don't know what that is. And we can talk about it. And I'm not going to try to guess because I'm not going to play psychic here. It's not about being a psychic. It's about being intuitive to another person's feelings. So anyways, Robert, talk to me about what happened. When did you find that you had a skin problem?
Well, I had a little pimple here, and every time I shave, sometimes it bleeds. So I had it for a while, and then I decided to go have a check. And they told me that they're going to send it. They cut it out. They cut the. It was like a pimple. They cut it out and they sent it for a biopsy.
Okay, can we stop right now and please just hold this? And I'm not trying to interrupt you. I just want to teach while we're doing this. Is that okay? Understand something, everyone, whether it's skin cancer or it's pancreatic cancer, lung cancer, breast cancer, uteral cancer, it doesn't matter. It's stage 4 inflammation. So if you understood that this was inflammation, Robert, then you might feel that you could maybe control it. When somebody says cancer, it's way above your pay grade. That's what everybody feels. Oh my God, my daughter's got cancer. My husband's got cancer. And then you freak out, you react, you don't think anymore. You don't think. When you have cancer, you don't think. And you were programmed that way because they stupefied you so that you would radiate it, cut it out, chemotherapy. Come on, guys. Seriously, this is what we do is we harm ourselves. A person that unconditionally loves themselves will first not do any of this. You'll take a look at why would you have a pimple? Why did you get a pimple? Well, a pimple is full of pus. Why? Because I have infection. Okay. And what is that? That is inflammation. And understand, when they went to do a little biopsy of that, do you know what they did? They drove it into stage 3 or 4 inflammation. Did you know that when you cut into the body, okay, you know what, everyone? I know you don't want to believe this, a lot of you, but I know what I'm talking about. I'm very good at this. I've been dealing with people with inflammation, right up to stage 4 inflammation, which they call cancer, okay, since I was in my early 20s. Okay, I had the Wolf Clinic. I was in the top 100,000 of all the websites in the world. I was in the top 10 websites in the world dealing cancer. I shut that clinic down because we were getting 12 to 20 stage 4s a day. Do you understand me? So the reality is that I did not want to become the cancer guy. I don't want to be today. And there are forces out there that would love to nail my butt, okay, because cancer is the biggest moneymaker on the planet, okay, second to now vaccines, okay? So understand, those are the holy grail. And as a practitioner, they're going to try to come after you. And that's why I like to put everything logically, because cancer is not cancer. It's stage 4 inflammation. That's all it is, okay? It's stage 4 inflammation. And so when they went and cut into that and took a piece, Robert, do you know that you have 50 to 70 trillion cells, and every one of those cells has an emotional body? Do you also know that every cell has a spine, has a heart, has a liver, has every organ that you do, that every cell in your body has feelings? And Robert, the way that you emotionally treat yourself and still the way you are eating and living, because I see dehydration big time. I see kidney problems. I see liver problems. Okay, everyone, Roger's not tired. He's dehydrated. Everyone, Roger's not tired around his eyes. He's backing up waste into his liver. And remember what the liver holds is on an emotional level, it will store anger. Anger is stored in the liver and in the hips. And then with the kidneys on an emotional level, it's the fear of loss, losing something. How am I doing, Robert?
Good.
Thank you, sir. Now, the reality is me not being a smart ass here. Oh, he thinks he's so smart. No, I don't. No, I don't. Okay, I do not think I'm so smart. I think I just so want to help. So let's get and feel the difference between the two. Okay, so understand, when they took that piece out from you, do you know what you did? You went and took stage 1 inflammation all the way up to stage 2, 3, or 4. Do you think that you can cut into something or take a piece of something from the body and it's not going to be inflamed?
Of course.
Well, what do you think, Roger? So now they inflamed the tissue. Okay, now they're going to go test it. Now, do you think it's not going to show greater than it actually was? What a scam jam job. Okay. So you can either have faith. Do you have faith that there's a God or something, a source or something? Okay, there you go. Well, that was a, yeah, I get it. So we have our doubts. I get it. Well, I don't believe in the God that they teach out there. So just know that. I believe in a high energy source, and I don't believe anybody's coming to save us. I believe that we have everything that we need already. But guess what? Do you know what unlocks all of it? Unconditional love for yourself. Go ahead, keep judging yourself, my friend, and I won't be able to help you. You'll be like a landmine full of skin cancer. Okay, so just do that. All right. Okay, so now when they took that piece from you, they inflamed it. So now it's actually exaggerated more than it was. You could go for thermography, but the reality is do you actually believe that it was this little piece here of your body that is the cancer? Or do you believe the cancer was the emotional, okay, the psychological, and also because you don't drink right or eat right? So, you know, I already told you the skin is just the mirror of how you honor, love, and respect yourself. And Robert, like you, like me, like everyone else, we were told when we got here that it was unconditional love. And then we got conditional love from our parents because they had conditional love for themselves. And now you still have conditional love for yourself, Robert. How are you going to get rid of that? How are you going to have unconditional love? Bring up your vibration. Because did you know, I don't care, the most studies that have ever been done, and if you go into my website, if you don't believe me, why don't you test me? Go to my website, docofdetox.com, click on library, and then go into the library and watch the emotional chemistry of cancer, disease, and healing. And then I'll rock your socks. Because guess what? Cancer is an emotional issue of corruption, contamination, and conflict. Welcome to your world. And understand something. The invisible body, the spirit, is hundreds of thousands more important than the physical body. And if you were to feed your spirit every day just by having a slight smile, connecting to your breath and know that you're breathing, okay, putting your shoulders back and go, I got this. What's my passion? What's my purpose? And how can I gift today the whole world with Robert? Because I am the gift. What if you actually started and you bought into that? You bought into that BS, that belief system, instead of Robert failed.
So I did the right thing, right? They wanted to do the surgery. I said, no, you're not doing the surgery.
Well, I'm not going to tell you that you did the right thing because guess what? I am not your doctor. I am nobody's doctor. My name is, you can call me Dr. Darrell Wolf, but that, as far as I'm concerned, is almost just like flypaper. The reality is I have logic and I know something or I don't, Robert. And understand something, Robert. All those guys that you went to see and all those women you see that you were seeing about your cancer know nothing about health. Yes or no? So what kind of dumbass are you? You're not a dumbass. You were programmed like I was, like everybody else was, that soon as the white coat comes on, okay, the curtain comes in front of us and we can't think straight. All right, you see this shirt? It's colorful, right? Who in the hell am I? Colorful shirt. You know what I should do? This is the only way I should do this. I should go and put a white coat on. Then everybody that comes on here new, I'll put this white coat on, and then I'll have maybe Dr. Darrell Wolf here. And then guess what, Robert? You'll listen to me because you've been programmed to listen to the white coats. You weren't programmed to listen to a guy who, like me, that's off the grid, who's going to say something different, do something different. Well, if you don't want to say something different, Robert, if you don't want to do something different, Robert, then kiss your ass goodbye. And that's the deal. And I'm going to tell you, I already said that 25 to 30% of the population is leaving, even if they don't come after us with another V or the C or screw you and me, because they're coming. They're coming this fall. And they're coming with 4 different things, and I'm not going to get into the politics. And the reality is most people are only going to talk about that. They're going to only think about that. And is that low vibrational or high vibrational, Robert? They don't need to do anything else, Robert. A lot of our brothers and sisters are going to be leaving. Why don't you go outside and take a look? Their intestines are falling down and out of their guts, right? Or they look like they swallowed a beach ball and they're ready to give birth. No wonder there's a gender mix-up, because most men over the age of 40 look like they're ready to give birth. And that's the God's truth. And there's a lot of women that look like they're going to give birth and they're not even pregnant. And I'm not trying to pick on them, but we have been programmed to kill ourselves. I mean, I get it. You can't drive, Robert. You're going to have to drive 5 miles instead of going 5 blocks to get something good to eat. It's meant to be like that. But Robert, stop complaining. Because guess what, bud? You complain a lot. Stop complaining. Yes, see, there's the wife. You complain a lot, Robert, because guess what? There's actually, you locked away the little boy. And that is the crime. Who cares about your complaining? I don't have to live with you. But you locking away your little boy. And here's the deal, Robert. I hope you know this. And guess what? People don't get this. They think Trump's going to save them. They think that there's a savior coming any day now. Understand, that which we call creator, God, gave you everything you needed, Robert. All you had to do was unconditional love for yourself. All you had to do was let yourself off the hook and shut your mouth. I want to see you not talk about the V, not talk about the C, not talk about the government, not talk about taxes, not talk about everything that's going wrong because everybody else is doing that. Oh, no, I don't. No, I don't. I don't allow it. It's not in my clinics. It's not in my office. It's not in my home. We mind our own business. Guess what? We mind our own life. Nothing matters except my life. And I want to share the way I feel with every brother and sister that wants to listen to me, Robert. But you are so locked down in your mind and you're torturing your wife. Just know that. She loves you, but you torture her. You torture her. Why don't you be her hero? Why don't you be her lover? Why don't you be your lover? Okay, and I'm not picking on you, buddy. Let me tell you something. I was where you were, and thank God I'm out of it. Geez, I wouldn't even be alive right now, Robert, if I wasn't a practitioner. You know, I start a whole life coach certification, and I'll be coming on Monday. We have 2 more spots, by the way. I'm in Barrie, Ontario. I'm doing a world tour, everyone, and trying to teach this. Not trying to, I am teaching it. I am the best teacher on a psychological, emotional level. We have psychologists taking our program. We have psychiatrists. We have medical doctors, naturopaths, housewives, people, oil riggers, kids who just come out of school who want to learn how to do this. We've got practitioners that have been in business for 20, 30 years. If you don't believe me, I'll be interviewing them. I interview them all the time. Understand something. You find your gift, Robert, and you go and do it. Don't tell me you're retired. How are you going to make this world a better place? How are you going to help your wife smile? How are you going to make her feel like you love her and that she loves her life? And somebody says here, no one lives forever. Well, guess what? You're wrong. We do live forever. We will drop this meat suit. We will drop this meat suit, okay? And then we will go back to being full spirit. The reality is let's see if you can love yourself, and you don't have to like everyone, but you need to love everyone, because people are going to be different down here. Different religions, different colors, different ethnic groups, different languages, different teachings. All right. This is where you've got so much indifference. And if you can unconditionally love yourself in the world and mind your own business and go after your dreams, go after your passion, go after your purpose, it's never going to change here. There's no Superman coming. And understand something. The keys on this planet were given to the psycho elite, which signed a pact with some evil entity, and it's never going to change. When you play Monopoly, let me tell you something. Go to my Facebook, everyone, Dr. Daryl Wolf. I put a little thing up there. Jason, who lives in Calgary, and he's one of our master practitioners, and he has a Celsonic, he has a cardio bed. He's doing amazing work. I'm going to be doing a whole New World Practitioner course in Calgary there in July. And anyways, he did a video with his 2 nephews. They were playing Monopoly. They lost all their property, right? And he was trying to teach them a lesson. And the reality is this. Everybody thinks, listen, the government's not broken. It's doing exactly what it was meant to do. The medical system's not broken. They're doing exactly what they were meant to do. Everybody's doing what they were meant to do. You can't fix something that's not broken. The government's not broken. It's never going to get better. Okay, people, I'm not political. I just don't deal with this. So the reality is it doesn't. Tell me when it has, Robert. Tell me when it's gotten better. Tell me when people have lived through that. Tell me when there's been a medical breakthrough, Robert. Okay, let me tell you something. We need a psychological breakthrough, and we need to know that there is a God, but we need to bring our vibration up on a personal level in all areas of our body. Well, we'll all be dead one day, so don't stress out. I'm not stressing out. You need to understand that. And you know what? This will be the last time, Anna, that I say any of your posts, because you know what? I feel for you that your life isn't the way you want it. And this is how people talk when they don't know, Robert, that they have negative belief systems. Because people that don't have negative belief systems and live in the moment and own it and love it, and they just want to shine their light, would never talk like Anna. Anna Fofana, okay, is she's going to hurt herself, and she's going to hurt others without knowing it. And nobody knows Anna, so I'm not picking on her. So nobody's going to go after her. But understand, there'll always be negative people. They could be your friends, they could be your family, Robert. So stop trying to change people. Why don't you just unlock that little boy? What have you always wanted to do with your wife? What has she always wanted to do that you don't want to do it because you feel so miserable about things? Okay, so if you're miserable, she gets to go with you and go to jail. When are you going to let yourself out of judgment jail so you can get her out of judgment jail so you can both have a happier life? What could you do today, okay, to make her smile, to make her fall in love with you again, Robert? What could you do? There's your skin cancer. What got under your skin, Robert? So understand, let's make wiser choices. You know what? There are like probably about two places in Barrie that I can eat if I go out. So will eat at home most of the time. But okay, I went to the keg the other night, Robert. And so what did I have? I had a large salad at the keg and I had a baked potato. Now everybody else had other things. So I still made those choices because I don't think about things in 4 inches, you know, 4 inches, a 4-inch consciousness. I think about how it's going to be a 30-foot journey. And then by the time it gets to my bowel, which is the holy grail of my immune system, it's going to go down there. And how many people, Robert, did you know that your large intestine is 85% of your immune system? Did you know that your large intestine is a compost that is making the good bacteria that are the smartest thing about a human? Did you know that your bacteria talk to your brain 9 times, where your brain only talks to your body once for every 9 times your bacteria talk to give it information? What if you have bad bacteria in your bowel? Do you think maybe it would be giving bad information, Robert? Absolutely. And this is what they call a gut-brain disconnection, because it's not your whole gut. It's just your large intestine. So if you want to love the skin you're in, then you better take that compost that you have, okay, and stop putting in plastics. Stop putting in sugars. Stop putting in flour. Stop putting in mutated things, because you're mutating the compost. Would you pour alcohol into a compost? Would you put chips, cheesies, ice cream? Would you put meat into a compost? No, we don't do that. We put nature stuff into the compost. So understand, if you're going to do anything, especially when it comes to eating meat, you better make sure your food combined, you better make sure it's free range and organic, has some love, and you better make sure, okay, that you chew the meat into a liquid, because Robert, the more you cook, the worse you look. The more you fry, the sooner you die. The more you chew, the more you digest. The bigger the chunks, the less you digest. Okay? Understand that. So anyway, so you went, they did a biopsy, and then what?
So they wanted to do surgery. I said no. I don't want to. I don't want a surgery. I'm going to see if I can. Because I was thinking of you. I said I'm going to call Dr. Darrell, and I'm sure he's going to help me with this without surgery. So I believe in you. So that's where I went. They said, well, there's a lot of people that try natural way. It doesn't work. I said, well, that's their problem. I'm going to try for myself.
Well, no. See, a lot of people do the natural way, and this is where people aren't going to really care for me, maybe in about a few seconds here to a minute. The reality is and this is, I mean this in the best way, okay? But I go around all around the world reteaching practitioners. You do know that, right? Okay. I am very good at what I do. It's a small little piece, but I'm good at it. And the reality is, I'm going to tell you something, whether you believe it or not, but 95% of natural health practitioners do not know what they're doing. And that's not their fault. And understand something, you can try to go to a naturopathic school, and you go there for 4 years, you're going to come out confused. Anything where the government has its hooks into, You know, Robert, we have our own university, and we give doctorates in natural medicine. We give doctorates in indigenous medicine. We give doctorates in biophysics, and we're recognized by over 220 higher learning schools around the world. So you think about that. The game is changing, Robert. The other game is full of BS. It's full of BS. The same people that have their hooks into the natural health school are the same people that have created medicine. So that doesn't happen. Nobody has their hooks into me. I belong to no association, no organization. Okay. All right. I believe in one thing, one love. Okay. One law, unconditional love for everyone. And anyone can become a practitioner, a healer, a doctor, if they choose to put their heart into it. It is not supposed to be hundreds of thousands of dollars and only for the elite. Think about it. Medical doctors, when they come out, they've had a half an hour of health, half an hour, but the whole world almost buys into their BS belief system. So understand, Robert, if you're looking for the majority of your family, the majority of your friends, the majority of the world to actually tell you you're doing the right thing, you're never going to have it. The herd will always be doing the wrong thing. Have they always been doing the wrong thing? Look at the wars the herd will run away to play. Look at, they'll go to war with themselves, they'll go to war with people and actually kill people they don't even know. All in the name of what? Freedom? I don't know. I feel pretty free right now. You know, the Russians are coming, the Germans are coming, the Jewish are coming, the Martians are coming. Are we done yet? I'm just going to live my life. Okay. I'll let Robert and everybody else lose themselves, right? Because it's all just made up. There is no global crisis. There's only a local crisis. There's only a personal crisis. There's no such thing as a global crisis. People are going to go, yeah, that's not true, Dr. Wolf. What about World War I and World War II? Well, that was made up too. That was made up too. If everybody even dug into the real story. But I'm not even going to try to touch that because it's political, and that would be just a nightmare and a headache for me. The reality is this. Love yourself. That your wife feels it pouring out of you, and she gets relief. Okay?
I will do that.
Okay, Anna. Anna says, chill out. We're all here to learn our own lessons. Anna, you should go find a new platform where you're not going to feel terrorized by me. I am going to stir it up, Anna. Okay? And like I said, and actually, Anna, if you don't chill out, then I'll block you because you're going to be just, you're all over the place, girl. Okay? Now, so what have I asked you to do so far?
To love myself.
Yes. And I also, about diet, right? Have you had a consultation yet, Robert?
Yes.
Who did you have a consultation with?
Sharon.
With Sharon? Okay, all right. And are you actually following the Perfect Day diet? Are you actually doing the ultimate coffee enema? Are you doing the daily cleansing tea, the black gold? Are you actually drinking structured water, warm to hot?
Yes.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. What did you eat this morning?
This morning I had, once in a while, usually I eat oatmeal, okay, and one wheat toast.
Wheat toast?
Toast, yeah.
No, you're toast. You're going to be toast. Understand something. Bread's dead. And wheat is gluten. And understand something. And oat milk? Well, you had oat milk and a piece of toast?
Yes.
Okay, what I prefer you do, what I prefer, what?
And I had a banana with that.
And a banana. Okay.
Strawberry.
Oh, wow. No, too much, Robert. This is not right. This is not right. Keep it simple. Don't do this. Don't throw the whole mishmash in there, okay? All right? Remember something. Flour is just one step below sugar, right? It's just like cocaine, all right? So got to watch it, everybody. Okay, so Robert, we're going to have to talk, okay? What I want you to do, Robert, is I want you to make a list of everything you're eating, okay? Just be really honest about it. Then I'll come back on and we'll go through this list of everything that you're eating. How's that? We'll do Robert part 2, okay? All right? Robert part 2. and we'll talk about what you're eating and where you're drinking and how much you're drinking. You know, I really hope that you're doing 2 liters, 2 quarts of warm to hot structured water with black diamond first thing in the morning before you do anything else. Dude, if you've got cancer on your face, what is your bowel looking like? What is your liver looking like? Do you understand? Everything starts from the bottom and works its way up, okay? Everything works its way from the inside to the outside. Do you understand?
Can I tell you something?
Please, sir.
I haven't got decent, regular bowels for been almost 2 years right now.
You what?
I haven't got regular bowel. Like, I'll miss a day or two without going to the bathroom.
Well, like I just told you, Robert, you wouldn't have had the skin cancer if your bowel, and did we know this? You've never told me this, have you? Understand, whether you want to know something, everyone, I'm not smart, I'm logical. Remember that. And the world is not logical right now. Do you think the world's logical right now, Robert? Do you think people are thinking logical? So guess what? If you think logical, you're a genius. Okay, so I didn't call myself a genius. I just said, if you think logical, you will be a genius. And Robert, are you doing the daily cleansing tea?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I started and I stopped it. Okay, and we just made some. Just matter of fact, yesterday, right? Yeah.
Robert. Okay, so Robert, here's the deal. Just do me one favor. Okay, 1 second. Let me grab something here. I'll be right back. Okay, just give me a second. All right, I'll be back in a second. Lori, will you grab me the oath? Yeah. It's over there, please, right away. Thanks, love. Okay, so Robert, here's what I need you to do. Ready? Okay.
Yep.
I need you. Okay, I gotta come back. I need you to do this. The BraveHeart oath. It looks backwards, everyone. I'm not sure how to reverse it, but let me just read it. I'm going to read it. Robert, you need to do the oath, and then guess what? Learn it, and then guess what I want you to do? Learn the oath, and then I want you to make it into your own thing. Do me a favor. Just do this for at least, oh boy, just do this for at least 10 days. You're going to say it 10 times in the morning, loud and proud, looking into a mirror, looking into your eyes. And every time you say it, you're going to do it with more love, more emotion, and you're going to do it just before bed. Okay? All right. All right. So here it is. I am love. I am healed. I am BraveHeart. Today and every day, from the moment I rise until I gently close my eyes, I will trust, honor, respect, protect, forgive, and totally love myself, first and foremost, before anyone else or anything else. So help me God. Because I am, I can. I'm healed. I'm BraveHeart. Now understand, everyone, if you don't want to put yourself before others and realize that you need to look after this temple that is God-given, I mean it. You know, you have been taught to put yourself last. Yes or no? Everybody's been taught to put themselves last, and that's why everybody's having a temper tantrum. If you look after yourself on an emotional, physical level, you will not hurt your family, hurt your friends, and go around hurting others. If you learn, how can you give what you're not? How can you give what you're not, Robert? If you're not love, how can you give love? And the only time that we give love when we're not love is when we desperately need love. And then guess what? If we don't get what we want in life, we take the people that we supposedly love and we play love ransom with them. I guarantee you, your wife is listening to this and she'll go, that's true. When Robert's not in a good mood, he does not love me. He pushes me away. He does not allow me to get in. He doesn't allow me to get close. You need to take a look at this, Robert. And understand something, Robert. I told you before, daily cleansing tea twice a day and doing black gold, a level tablespoon in a blender drink of organic berries, oat milk, okay, twice a day. And you're not doing it yet. Robert, I need you to do this for me. I want you to come on and I want you to tell me why you want to punish yourself, and to the point that you could be endangering your life and destroying your wife on an emotional level. I know she doesn't want to talk right now, but you'll want to talk after we're done here to her, because she loves you with all her heart, but she's hurting inside, and if she hasn't told you that. Stop becoming a wall, okay? I want you to, when we're done, go sit quietly with your wife and tell her everything that you never wanted to tell her, because you need to be the man, because you need to suppress your emotions, because you don't want to talk about this. Wouldn't it be great if you came together as not husband and wife, but two spirit beings that just totally unconditionally loved each other, and you listen to each other, you don't judge each other? Wouldn't that be cool? Find me a couple that does that. And you know, people are going to be, that's me. And I'll tell you something. I've met so far, probably about in the last 10 years, 4 couples. And I've done over 33,000 couple relationship trainings. Yeah, the world's programmed. We think that we've topped out with our love. This is as good as it gets. But understand that which we call God, which I don't like to call it that. I like to call it creator, source, because I don't want the same definition everybody uses, okay, is beyond love. And it's not something that loves us one moment and doesn't the next. We're all screwed up because everything has been screwed up. We've been ruled, schooled, and fooled. Understand that. Just mind your own business and see how much you can smile today. Really, I need you to take sticky notes all over in the car, in the bathroom, and all over the walls. Smile, Robert, because that will heal you faster than anything else. But just know, everyone, I've got Robert clapping, right, with a clapper. You're not clapping hard enough, Robert. You got to clap harder. I told you that everybody, when you use a clapper, do we have a clapper around, hon? Can you grab that for me? One upstairs, maybe? Anyways, I got Robert clapping. Believe it or not, everyone, if you clap any part of your body and it bruises, that means that you have blood poisoning. That means you have issues in your tissues, like all the way to stage 4 inflammation, otherwise what they call cancer. And the reality is if you've got cancer, you clap around it, you don't clap on it. But Robert, you can start clapping that area harder. So Robert will clap it and then it'll go bruise right away, eh, Robert? Okay. So the areas of your body that you have physical blocks, remember something, everyone, and parasite meds kill cancer. Parasite meds kill cancer. No, they don't. Okay. Cancer is corruption, contamination, conflict. There's no silver pill to get rid of cancer, because cancer is actually inflammation, and that's caused from infection. And if you don't know how to love yourself from the moment you rise until you close your eyes, you're not getting rid of cancer with some kind of parasite meds. I'm really done with the silver bullet therapy. We actually have to love, honor, and respect ourselves from the moment we rise until we close our eyes, and you'll be disease free, because disease means you're out of alignment. Disease means you're out of harmony. There is no such thing. Dis-ease, out of ease. And understand, a disease is a symptom which actually your body is talking to you. It's signaling you that you are not respecting yourself. Okay? Let me tell you something right now. There are no diseases. There are you blocking yourself from the unconditional love and care that you need. If you don't want to look after yourself and care for yourself, more men will look after their cars than they ever will their body. Eh, Robert? Doesn't it look like it, Robert? Okay? Yeah. So here's the clapper, everyone. So this is something I put together. And if you go to my library, Doc of Detox library, go into the do-it-yourself guide, you'll see clapping. And then when you start clapping, why don't you start clapping where the heart and lung meridian is, the inside of your arm, everyone. Do it for 5 minutes and keep at it. And I guarantee you that you're going to bruise there. And if you come back and clap it and keep clapping it, it won't bruise anymore. Healthy people don't bruise. Robert, have you heard of somebody saying this? I didn't even bang into myself and I'm bruising. That person's dying. Did you know that, Robert? That person's dying. Did you ever notice older people will get bruises and they're rotten fruit? They're rotting out. And you do know that where there's a disease in every part of the body, if you could open the flesh up, open the skin up and you smelt it, it'd be rotting flesh. And that's because guess what? We're rotting from the inside out, and it's coming from the large intestine. The large intestine is responsible for, I believe, 95 to 98% of all physical diseases. If everybody were to do daily cleansing tea twice a day, and then do a level tablespoon of black gold, and then twice a day in a blender drink, and then they were to do just a pinch of black diamond in their drinking water, we could get rid of, I'm not kidding, 90 to 95% of all symptoms. And that's it. Does anybody understand something? The medical system attacks one organ more than any other. What's that? The large intestine, through antibiotics. If they can go in and distort and contaminate your bacteria, they'll destroy you. And that's it. And how many people here eat animal products and they're not organic, free range? How many people here eat Greek yogurt and think they're doing themselves well when the bacteria is dead, it's pasteurized, and if it's not organic, then that means it's antibiotics are in every animal byproduct and animal. If you eat animal products every day, you take in as much antibiotics as if you took a whole round of antibiotics from the doctor for 7 days over a 30-day period of eating antibiotic animal products. Thank you very much. We need to really wake up here. Remember something. I'm only here for the 1%. So the rest of you that I've disturbed, I want to apologize. That wasn't my intention. So let everybody know, unless you're part of the 1%, okay, then please, you don't want to come on here. And you don't, because you're going to think I'm attacking you when I'm not. What's the only thing I asked Robert to do today? What I asked you to do? The one thing, Robert.
To try to love myself.
That's it, Robert. So make loving decisions. That's it, Robert. That's all you need to do. If we were to make loving decisions every day, and that's it. I am not backing off no matter who comes on here and tells me somebody just said I'm going to hell. Another one, Anna said, I'll see you on the other side and then maybe you'll be peaceful. I get it. I'm at peace. Lori, am I at peace? Yes. But guess what? I'm a BraveHeart warrior. I'm not going to go to war and kill a brother and sister. I'm not going to shoot them. I'm not going to poison them. But I'm going to tell them that in the eyes of God, okay, they are beautiful. They're not sinners. They're winners. They're not failures. And they need to go in and rewrite your story. If you don't want to go in and rewrite your story, then Robert, every day is going to be the same. You're going to be at battle with yourself and your skin, because guess what? You can't handle living within the skin you're in. So let's change that. So I've asked Robert to clap. I've asked him to use the DMSO, right? Are you using the DMSO too? And are you mixing the DMSO with a little bit of frankincense?
Yes.
Good. So he's mixing that. DMSO is made from pine trees. It's a solvent, and it goes in and it dissolves things that shouldn't be in the body. Okay. And then he's got a product called Frankincense, which is the strongest frankincense in the world. That is the highest vibrational essential oil. And I have been putting it on it. But Robert, you're not clapping hard enough. I'm going to hang up from here, Robert, and I'm going to show everybody some pictures of you clapping. But you need to keep clapping. Okay? All right, Robert?
I'm a day clapping.
Once a day.
Yeah.
Once a day. And for 5 minutes. And you're going to do it. You're going to do it harder and harder. Go as hard as you're comfortable with, but you're doing it every day. Yes, everyone, I sell all of this. Go to store.docofdetox.com, and believe it or not, I've been in practice for over 40 years now. It's 40 years this month. So it's our biggest sale we've ever had in my life, because I wanted to celebrate 40 years in practice, and also the people that have been with me for 40 years. Okay? Somebody said, I'm clapping for you, Dr. Wolf. Well, guess what? Thank you very much, sweetheart. And if you don't want to clap for me, I'm going to clap for you. I'm going to love everyone. Now, I know it's hard to love the people that don't love themselves. You don't visit them a lot. You don't go there a lot. The people that love themselves, you want to hang out with them. Remember something. The best thing that you'll ever do, everyone, is to protect your vibration. We are light energy, electrical magnetic beings created by God Almighty, and we better start acting like it. Okay? I'll be back on, everybody, again. What's today? Not even sure. Oh, yeah, let me think. I got something going on. Oh, no, that's a practitioner training I have today.
Today's Tuesday.
Yeah, today's Tuesday. Thank you. She has to let me know what day it is. That's how busy we are. Okay? I'm going to tell you something. I'm busy, and I love it. Love yourself. Love humankind. Don't ever forgive anybody. Don't judge them. If you don't judge them, you don't have to forgive them. But you're going to be forgiving all kinds of people if you judge yourself. Understand this. I'm not going to go around judging people, so I don't have to forgive them. They're going to wake up or change their beliefs, or they're not. I got to love them anyways. What about varicose veins in the legs? You can clap those, and you can also use Pain Away essential oil and a little bit of DMSO cream and Pain Away essential oil. Look, if you've got questions, I know you're not going to believe this. Call 469-861-9454 and leave me a message. I'm going to call you back. If you don't have a U.S. phone number or you don't have long distance, then call 855-900-4544 extension 5. Now, you think I'm crazy about giving my number out? Well, let me tell you something. I've been called everything. I've had my own government try to take down my business. Understand, it doesn't bother me anymore, does it, honey?
No.
We don't judge people for who they are. You love people anyway. You know the teller that you're going and you're getting your groceries from? She's having a crampy day, so she's a little bit miserable. Okay? Tell her to have the most beautiful day and put a smile on her face because she did such a great job for you. Understand that. And I mean it. If we don't start living like this, yeah, okay. My phone number, 469-861-9454. My 800 number. Oh, you can get me on WhatsApp too on that number. And my 800 number is 855-900-4544 extension 5. Just look up Doc of Detox, okay? Or go to braveheartnation.com. That's my university. Yeah, we are a university. We are the new university. Thank you very much. And yeah, you know what the government can do? Whatever they want to do, but they're never, ever going to have their hooks in us. And we are going to teach everyone. You could just get out of school now and you would have in 4 years your doctorate. Okay. You could just have maybe only went to grade 8, but you have passion, you have purpose, and you have drive. You can become a healer, a doctor, a practitioner, anything you want. Don't you listen to the BS that's out there. Okay. I want you to understand something. Your future is only as bright as the light you shine inside yourself. It's an inner standing. Do you have an in-person school or online? Okay, so go to braveheartnation.com. That's the best thing. Or bhnuniversity.com. And go and read and take a look. We have master classes online. We have trainings personal that we come to you. And we go to clinics to train. Right now, I'm doing a course in Barrie. Where we're going to do whole life coach certification. It's 9 days. We have 2 spots left. Okay, that starts next Monday, this coming Monday. And then right after that, there's a day off. Then Wolf Non-Surgical is taught by my son, Dr. Sage Wolf. Hey, let me ask you a question. Have you went to a practitioner and gave you a money back guarantee that when they did the body work on you that you could cancel your surgery and that you knew you were going to? Or did you ever have all my practitioners, and we have thousands, don't we, babe, all around the world?
Yeah.
And they all offer a money back guarantee on our body work that you're not bone on bone. You don't have to have that hip replacement. You don't have to have that knee replacement. No, you don't have to have that rod, that screw. No, you don't have to have L3, L4 fuse. No, you don't need mesh in your abdomen. So now that you're going to have a bigger problem. Okay, so understand that. Welcome to New World Practitioner Training. We are the New World Practitioners. And we're coming. We're coming for you with unconditional love, everyone. Now, after that course with the non-surgical, which is 12 days, we do a 3-day course for women, Masterclass, and it's called Women's Pelvic Restoration and Disease Prevention. You've never seen anything like this. How would you like to have the healthiest pelvis in the world, women? Did you know that your vagina will pick up the nutritionals, okay, 500% better than you swallowing them through your mouth? Did you know that you can heal anything in your pelvic area by doing a vaginal infusions, by doing the pelvic squats, and by unleashing the femininity that God gave you? There you go. That's a lot. Robert, I'm going to say goodbye, but I want you to put down your symptoms and everything you eat and the treats you take in. I will not judge you. Everybody does the same. Remember something. We're addicted because we're programmed. I want you to become addicted to loving yourself, shining the light on your wife, and holding the line for you and her, and become the BraveHeart hero that you told her you were going to be. And you can't be that if you're not going to love yourself, dude. You're not. It'll be just temporary. Okay? And Robert, I want to thank you for coming on here, because you are a BraveHeart hero, because you're coming on here live. And understand, everyone, if you want to come on live and share your story, just remember something, Robert. Right now, whether you believe this or not, we'll have about 40 to 50,000 people watch this. Now, do you think you made a difference for those people today?
I hope so.
God bless you. Thank you, Robert.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Everybody, if you want to hang in there, I'm going to show you something, okay? Thanks, Robert.
Yeah.
Take care. Smile. Smile. Okay, get your wife to put those Post-it notes up everywhere. Smile, Robert. I love you. Okay?
Sure.
All right, I'm going to see if I can find, if I can. I don't know if I can find it on here, though. 1 second. I'm going to see if I can find Robert's. Yeah, I can. Okay, let me just give me 1 second, okay, everybody? I want to show you what the crazy Dr. Daryl Wolf said to do. So let me just open this up. Okay, here we are. There. Now, everyone, remember what I told you? Okay. Take a look. You can see the ear right here. You see here? That's right at his jaw. You see that? Now, what did I say? The jawbone is where it's called the FU point. This is where you hold your anger. How many people are wearing these plates in their mouth because they grind their teeth? Well, there's 2 reasons for that. One is parasites. That's a symptom of that, and anger. And they both go together, believe it or not, parasites and anger. And the reality is, when Robert came, you can see the hole here. Okay, give me a second. I'll show you something. Okay. Here's where I told Robert to clap it. Now look at this. I need you to get this, okay? It's very important. Look, you see that? The only place he clapped was right here. And look at this. The bruising went all the way up into his hairline up here and went underneath. Look at underneath the jaw. The whole thing is bruised. Now, he only clapped this one little area here. So what kind of emotional contamination was in a concentration right in this area? See the real purple? That's all he clapped. You'll ask him next time he comes on. So it all spread out. So understand something. How does a bruise go this far? Well, because remember, he had so-called stage 4 inflammation, which they call cancer right here. So when he's clapping this, guess what? He's not going to heal. That won't be healed until the bruising isn't there anymore. So he's clapping. I'll show you how hard he should be clapping. This is how hard I clap. This is how hard I teach people to clap. And you can think whatever you want, okay? But here it is. Now, I clap every second day, my shoulders, neck, face, and head. Now, believe it or not, since I was clapping and using a device called the Navison where you put your hand in it, okay, like I said, I'll be a few weeks, I'm 67. See my hair? Does it look like I'm losing it? I actually have about 20%, 25% more hair than I had when I was 40. Yeah, isn't that something? And then I clap my face and everything. That's what a natural facelift is. But you can use a clapper, and anywhere that you feel stiffness, anywhere that you have redness, anywhere that you have inflammation, okay, anywhere that you have lumps and bumps. Now, go watch Clapping for Health in my library, and first do the how to clap your lungs and heart for health, because your lung and heart meridian are right inside your arm. And now you're going to find out when you clap how damaged your lungs are and your heart is. And understand, if anybody has lung problems out there, all the way to stage 4 cancer, if you get my infinite iodine and you get a nebulizer and you start nebulizing the infinite iodine straight, just even if you can only go, and even if it'll take a little, within a few days, you'll be able to take more. I have the only pure iodine in the world. I love this when I say it. Nacean iodine, Lugol's iodine. They're not pure. They're toxic. Yeah, you can blow your thyroid out too. A lot of people have. My iodine, you can't even OD on it. My iodine will neutralize a viral infection in 15 seconds. You can spray it in the back of your throat. Everybody needs iodine every day. Okay, you can't OD on my iodine. But reality is, go take a look. It's called infinite iodine. And then there's infinite iodine that goes straight to your thyroid, where infinite iodine will disinfect and then go to your thyroid. But you can put infinite iodine in your eyes for eye infection. You put it in your ears for ear infection, tinnitus. And we teach you all this if you go to my do-it-yourself guide. But the reality is that if you nebulize it, you can clean up your lungs. It'll go into your brain. It'll go into your bloodstream. That's where we rock. You can believe it or not believe it, but through Wolf Non-Surgical, our Perfect Day diet, infinite iodine nebulizing, and some of our other nutraceuticals, and using what we call Cellsonic, which is a 25,000 volt device, we have actually reversed 2 people in the last 6 weeks of stage 4 inflammation, otherwise cancer of their lungs. They have reversed their own cancer. You understand that? So understand, you can think cancer is a death sentence, or you can think it's a wake-up call that says the C stands for corruption, contamination, and conflict. And the ANSER stands for the answer is you loving yourself unconditionally, letting yourself off the hook. You are not a sinner. You're not a loser. You're not a failure. And that's what created the whole universe said, hey, when you go down to planet Earth, it's going to be a life-threatening, fun-filled adventure. Okay, game on, Braveheart. God bless. Have a beautiful day. Gotta go, eh? Let's go to the ladies. I know I'm late.